Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So I guess today is the last Q&A for the week, the last Q&A for Comic-Con, and this one's an Instagram Q&A. I asked you guys for a bunch of questions, and you guys definitely delivered here, so thank you first of all. There's going to be a lot going on over the next couple of days, like for sure, this is the last video for the day. Tomorrow, I'm going to do my Origins review. I'm also going to break down the new scene for the final season because we know we're getting that tomorrow. We're getting a brand new official scene from that. There's also going to be a reveal, so that's tomorrow. Then on Friday, it's kind of the day before Comic-Con, so I do want to do a trailer predictions video. I kind of want to do a trailer predictions video just because I think it would be a lot of fun to see what I get right. Kind of do like a bingo card type thing. Like I think this is going to happen, this is going to happen, these moments are going to happen. And then when I watch the trailer, see exactly what I got right. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I think I might do that in a video, or I might do it in a live stream. I still have to see on that, but that's kind of my plan. And also for members this weekend, I will be live during Comic-Con and most likely afterwards, because I have to do 2 streams still this month, obviously. And my plan is I will be doing a stream earlier, like before Comic-Con, talking about just like whatever. And then I also will be doing one afterwards. And yeah, there's going to be a lot to talk about. I want to do one beforehand, just kind of giving my predictions, and then one after, sort of a reaction to what happened. So there's going to be a lot there to talk about. So if you aren't a member and you are interested in any of that content and stuff like that, then definitely join the channel. The join button is just down below. And also, I may be adding like a little bonus commentary track thing. I'm considering filming my reaction anyways to the trailer and kind of using that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that it will be coming out this weekend. This weekend's insane. But as always, let's get into the Q&A here. So first question this is from OSBEG or BEJ22. Will you be watching live? Is there a way to watch it live? I've been getting this question a lot, like how are you going to watch it and this and that. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll probably find out the day before. If it's anything like last year, they're just going to post it on their YouTube channel, like the Comic-Con YouTube channel. It's most likely just going to be on there. I think they've already filmed it entirely. They've likely already filmed it either today, like sometime this week. At some point, they've likely already filmed it. I don't think it's live. It's just going to be a video that they release at that time, and then you can just watch the whole video or kind of skip through it. I definitely will skip to the trailer. I'll watch the trailer first, and then I will watch the entire thing because I know they're going to talk about the trailer. Like this Comic-Con, the exciting thing about it is that they're talking about the final season. I don't think they're going to talk about the bonus episodes too much. I think they're going to talk about everything else. And so I definitely will watch the whole thing. And it's going to be really like, it's going to be an insane day. I do actually really recommend following me on Twitter because I'm going to post all the updates on there. I'm going to go through everything, every single update that I do get regarding the Rick movie, anything. I'm going to post an update on there. And the same goes for World Beyond and Fear the Walking Dead and all that. So yeah, a big day on Saturday. Do you think by the series finale of The Walking Dead, we will already have a trailer for the Rick movies? Yes, I do see that happening for sure. By then, I see us having it. Like, it would be kind of insane to not get the trailer by then. Like, the final episode of The Walking Dead is going to be airing in around like October or November of 2022. So still way over a year away. The movie is likely filming right now. They will finish filming this year. And then so they can work on that, whatever, all of next year. We will get the trailer next year, most likely at Comic-Con, along with like the Walking Dead final 8 episodes, the third part of the trilogy trailer. We're going to get that next year at Comic-Con. Next year's Comic-Con is going to be really big. And I do think, yeah, obviously we're going to get that trailer. They also might release the Rick movie around the same time. It might air like the fall of 2020 or 2022. So could you rank every season of The Walking Dead? Well, that would be kind of hard to do here. I'd have to think about it a lot more. But I would say my favorite season is probably season 4, 5, or 9. I couldn't really decide. It is kind of hard to... I like season 5 a lot, but there's the hospital stuff and all that. I don't like it too much. Season 4 I really like, but I don't like the governor stuff too much in the beginning, or at least the illness storyline too much. But, you know, season 9 I really like overall. So I would have to... It's one of those ones that are going to be my favorite seasons. But as for my worst one, definitely season 8 is my worst one. I'm not a fan of season 8 at all. Caleb_Walsh, after thinking about the series as a whole, what are you hoping we get out of the final season? Crazy that the premiere is already a month away. I know. Honestly, for the final season, I just want them to wrap up the entire story. And I want them to wrap up certain character questions that we have. And if they don't do that and they kind of do a lot of setup for the spinoffs, I will be very disappointed. I want it to feel like traditional Walking Dead. I definitely want them to go back to the way the story like how the story used to be. Definitely was more grounding, I would say, than like the Savior arc, because you had like Shiva and stuff. But it is like, you still had the Whisperer masks, and it was still kind of a little ridiculous that if you just put a mask on, all of a sudden walkers won't bite you anywhere else. Like, that's kind of dumb, right? And so I hope, in a sense, things are toned down a little bit. I know the Commonwealth troops, they have the crazy armor, but that's not too ridiculous. Obviously, you're going to have gear like that to protect you from getting bitten. So that's not that insane. Like, that makes sense. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but really, that's what I want, is I want that realness to come back. Since Fear got so much better, have you considered rewatching the series again? I recommend season 4 and 5 weren't too bad, knowing season 6 was so great. I honestly don't think I ever really could. I'm not a fan of season 4 and 5. I can't take a lot of the writing there. And I don't know if I'll ever rewatch Fear the Walking Dead. Like, the thing about that show is that it's the narrative changes so much. The focus changes like a lot. That's a big reason why I really don't think I'm gonna do it on the podcast, like review it week to week each season, because I don't want to put Chelsea through that. Like, I really can't. I told her start with season 6. Maybe we'll talk about season 6 in an episode, and then we'll kind of do season 7 maybe. But to rewatch it all, it is way too much. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the series overall. Really, just season 6. I like some of the earlier seasons, but overall, I kind of like the story just now, right? So, do you think the final season has potential to be one of the best seasons? And do you think they will have a higher budget for the final season? Well, I think the higher budget thing, yeah, they will, because, I mean, just by default, because it's 24 episodes, so it will. I don't know how much more. I hope they have a higher budget for sure. I am thinking that they are, but, I don't know how big it's going to be. In terms of if it has the potential to be one of the best seasons, it definitely does, because it is the final season, and they can do a lot of things now because they know that the show is ending. Like, if they knew they were going until season 12, 13, 14, there might have been a lot of things that they couldn't talk about, because Gimple was like, well, no, we got to save that for here. We got to talk about that here. But because it's the final season, you can kind of wrap everything up, right? Like, Judith, she's not going to be in the Rick movies probably until later on. And so she kind of, like, the information she knows about Rick, Daryl's going to find out about that. Like, Daryl will find out about that in the final season. If there was going to be a season 12, maybe he wouldn't find out about it in season 11, right? So I think the final season will be better in that way, that, all that information that they might hold until another season, they kind of have to give out now, right? Do you think What Lies Ahead is a really underrated episode? I think that I don't know if it's underrated. I think a lot of people like the episode. I really like the episode. So, what would you change about season 7 and 8? That's, like, honestly, that's such a there is so much there. Like, there's so much in that question to unpack there. There is a lot I would change about the season. Like, there is so much I would change. It's season 7, for the most part, it kind of works. I think I would just shorten it a lot. There's so much there that we didn't need to see, but the writing wasn't too terrible. As much as I was hating on it back then, it wasn't too bad. It was boring, and it was stretched out way too long. And there were little things here and there with Jadis and things like that. But again, if you shorten a lot of that, then it wouldn't be as ridiculous. Season 8, there is so much that you have to change. Like, everything, the dialogue, like, the season 8 is such a horrible season. I can't take that season. Is this the biggest Comic-Con in terms of news yet? It depends on what they give. And in terms of what they actually can announce, yeah, I would say this is actually up there. I mean, when Andrew Lincoln announced that he was leaving, that was a big deal, but they never really announced anything else at that Comic-Con. Usually they've just really talked about the trailers for the most part. And so this year, yeah, if they announce some Rick movie stuff, if they announce a lot of stuff, all the trailers for all the other shows, in terms of for the Walking Dead universe anyways, yeah, this is one of the biggest Comic-Cons, because it's not your last one for the Walking Dead, because they will have one next year, but it is it's the final season one, at least, right? So yeah. What is your bold prediction for Comic-Con? My bold prediction, I think that we will get confirmation that the Rick movie is filming. And yeah, I think we're going to. I think to not announce that would be insane. Oh my God. I just think at this point, with how long, first of all, with everyone getting so excited now, I think if they say, no, we can't film yet, Andrew Lincoln's doing another movie, man, people are going to be pissed off. I actually will be a little frustrated, honestly. I'm going to be, I'll do a video on it. I'll talk about it then. I will be very upset if they don't announce anything. Really, how, if Andrew Lincoln's doing something else, then he was able to, how long is this movie going to take? So I'm not going to go there yet or anything like that. I do think they're going to announce it. I think that's, to get angry about it now is overreacting a little bit, but they better is all I'll say. Do you think the Daryl and Carol spinoff will be solely based on their search for Rick, or will the plot be something else, such as the season 10 hint of going to New Mexico? By the way, love your videos, man. Thank you so much for that. I think that obviously searching for Rick will be a big part of it, and it might not be necessarily that either. I do think they can make a lot out of it. Like when you look at that Negan episode, yeah, it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but it was still entertaining what they were able to do. And I think something that kind of affects the show a lot right now is the fact that they're just stuck in Alexandria. I honestly think that affects it so much. And so I could, honestly, I could see the Daryl and Carol spinoff really taking off because they're out there somewhere else trying to build a new community, just trying to survive. It could be different now that they're trying to survive out on their own. How many years later? They haven't really been out there too much. How far are they going to go? I think there's a lot of potential there. You can do so much in that spinoff. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. A lot of people are going to watch because it's Daryl and Carol. They're that's the funny thing about this show. I don't know what they're going to call it, but the Daryl and Carol spinoff show is practically The Walking Dead Part 2 in a sense. Because Daryl and Carol are leading the show right now. So it's it's literally the equivalent to Rick being on the show. He's leading the show. He leaves and he's doing the movies. So it's kind of like a continuation of it. So it's the same thing. I'm excited for it. I know they call it a spinoff, so there's that kind of downside to it. But once they reveal the official title, it's no one will care about that. And by the way, I do think the official title is going to be The Walking Dead, and then it'll be Dixon and Pelletier, or whatever Carol's last name is. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I really enjoyed doing this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.